Do we have a black gem opal worth thousands of dollars here? Is this big knobby worth more than the rest of the smaller stones? Join me on this journey of exploration of this lightning rich, rare, very hard to get, dark black opal stones. At the end of this two-part series video, you'll find out what is the most valuable gem here, and that one will be polished and finished. So let's have a look at this 7 stones. This is a big knobby, and it's the biggest one in here. Has color there, shining green. It also has a bar in there. There are 7 different stones, all from Lightning Ridge, and all have potential to be black opals. And so this one is 30 carats, definitely the biggest here. And it actually, I picked them. I bought a big parcel. Actually, while you're looking at this, I'm gonna show you where it all came from, because I had a good experience buying first time from this person. So I bought this from Peter Good. You can look him up on Facebook, and it was a good value. You can see there was about 24 different stones, and he also put some seam opal pieces that have a very good color in there. So there is 30 pieces like this one. He chucked that in. Beautiful seam with the crystal there, and every single piece got the color. Most of them are on the dark side or black side. There is some gray. This is another a freebie that he put in. So it was a good experience, and I think I got a good value. That's my assessment. Now you can guess how much this was worth. You can put it in the comments. I'd be very interested to see what you think. I'm not gonna cut them all today. What I'm gonna do is try to get you all involved in this process. So what I'm going to do is face these 2 gems. This is black opal. It's very small with a very thin bar, but it will cut nicely, I think. And it's gonna be a little nerve-wracking because of the thin bar, to make sure not to lose any of it. I'm hoping it goes through because it's color on both sides. It should, and that should make a spectacular black opal. And then I'll face this one, which has a bar all around, and it's dark or gray. It weighs 5.3 carats, this one, and the little one weighs just 1.8. Now I just wonder that after we cut all the 7, if this little one or any of the little ones will be more valuable than this big knobby piece, or even, that's also not too big, but look at that black crystal. And that might need a Dremel because it's got all the sand pieces there. There's a little pinobby too. That's gonna be interesting with reds in there. Does this color go all the way here or not? So that one weighs 4 carats. This one that might need a Dremel, 4 carats. Then we've got this little piece, which's got really black potch in there, if you can see that, and color, green colors there. And that weighs 4 carats. And then we've got a little bit of a seam opal, which beautiful crystal blue. And there is a little bit of sand in there. So we'll see how that turns out. And that one weighs 10.8 carats. So with this rough opals from Lighting Ridge, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna face those two just to give you a teaser and a bit of a benchmark. And we're gonna do that in a minute. And then with this 5, you can let me know in the comments which rock do you think will make the most valuable gem of this 5. And if you think those two, but it's a bit unfair because you're gonna see them faced. But if you think those two will be more valuable than any of these 5, let me know too. So we've got rock number 1, huge knobby. Let's give them names. A huge knobby. Rock number 2, crystal seam. Rock number 3, a P knobby. Rock number 4, Dremel piece, crystal black. And rock number 5, a guessing game rock, because it only has a little bit of a color on top and black in there. Call it the eye or the guessing rock. But you can see there is this electric bar in there. I missed that. See? Beautiful. All right, so out of those 5 rocks, the one that is going to be most valuable, I will finish and polish it, and we're gonna cut them on the next video. Today, I'm gonna face those two for you. So let's go and do that. So this is the first one. It's got a beautiful bar in between, but when I put a torch through it, through the bar and the light, I can see there is a bit of sand. So I'm not sure this is gonna clean up. I mean, the side bar, and this is sometimes can be really tricky with Opal. You get this beautiful bar and you see and you hope that when you roll the edges and when you take off the skin, you will have that bar will continue, there'll be no inclusions, and it's just gonna shine all through the face that way. Well, that's the dream of every Opal, but as we know, they don't work out that way. Not all of them anyway, some do. So it's a tricky business. And with this one, I'm being super delicate because I don't want to lose the color, and there is not that much skin there. So, and I'm hoping, yeah, that we have a clean crystal, but will we? And I wonder if any of you would know probability of cleaning up Opal to a clean gem for each one that has a clean bar like that. I don't think there's stats like that, but some of the people like myself and others who cut a lot more stones would probably have an idea. I would almost say that for me, maybe 1 out of 3 that have this clean bar cleans up clean. The rest you have to cut into pieces, or sometimes it's not even worth it, and sometimes you end up making an inlay because, especially with the crystal, you can see the sand through. So there's a sand there. On this one you can see the bar is still there, but what I can see also is that underneath the crystal, from the other side, you can see the sand down the bottom. So, but this sand on top will clean up, which is good news. So maybe I'll speed it up for a little bit and let's see how this cleans up at the end. Just a quick speed up and some music. So this is what cleaned up. The top sand cleaned up. You can see the crystal color on top. Unfortunately, lots of sand underneath. And what would you do with it? Let me know in the comments. Would you make an inlay? Clean up the other side? Because I think that will clean up pretty beautiful with those greens and blues as an inlay. So I think that's the best way to do it. Just clean up the back here. But yeah, a nice inlay is probably the best we can hope for this. So it shows you the risk, crystal, clean color bar. You think it's beautiful, it's nice and thick, and yet you're not getting much out of it. So this is Opal for you. That's how we roll. Hopefully, yeah, beautiful color, but yeah, you can see the sand pieces. So if you're good, any other ideas for that piece, let me know. So now this one is black, very black. Look at that beautiful green, but look at that thin color bar on that side. So I'm gonna be a very soft with it, delicate as you can be, because one touch of the wheel too many and the color will be lost on that one. It should face nicely. Well, you never know. There could be a little bit of potch in the middle without the color. The good news is this is your, N1 and 2 black opals. So if the potch stays in beads, it's still a beautiful stone, because that black, as you know, just makes that color on top pop, and that electric green is very bright. So hopefully you can see there's a bit of nerves there, just not to lose the color. This side is not too bad, there's thickness in there, but this one, ooh, it's rolling. Still haven't quite touched the bar there, but once the color exposes, I have to be so careful. Might have to expose a little bit more on the Nova sanding wheel rather than on this. But yeah, that's just a tip for anybody that's starting to do Opal, or is just maybe hasn't had much practice. You can really lose the color very quick, especially with this lighting rich black opals with this thin bar. Sometimes they just face, they've got beautiful color, but it's just on the face, there is no bar. See, it's just so black, so beautiful. But that gray on top is cleaning up. That black potch is still there on that one side of the stone, so I still haven't hit that thin bar there. Pretty nerve-wracking, because this might end up being a carat of black opal that's, worth maybe half or more what I paid for the whole parcel of 30 stones. And this is what we opal carters deal with, like it's a bit of a gamble, a lot of heartbreak, but a lot of joy when it works out. But when you have available opal, you really wanna savor it. Yeah, see, now I've hit that thin color bar, and there is still that potch in the middle. And I really need to keep that color because the stone is small. And well, you never know. This could be the most valuable stone in this 7 stones. And there'll be a survey too on the community post with photos of those 5 stones. And I'm gonna ask you to let me know what you think is going to be the most valuable out of the 5. And of course, those 2 I'm facing today as a teaser, well, the first one won't be. But this one, this might be the best stone in this lot of 7. And yeah, I was actually trying to find a witch's hat for the 7 because it's Halloween and I thought it'd be cool. But I don't have one. I think there's one in that big lot that is kind of a witch's hat. It's probably been broken off on top, but it's looking like the top of the knobby. But it didn't have a clear one, so I couldn't do it. I don't have one anywhere today. Look how careful I am with this one. It's really one touch too many and we'll lose that green. We lose that green, we lose hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands. So I'm just delicately gonna roll it. And I really wanna see if we can get that black as much as possible. But that middle with that black line, I don't think we can clean it up. So it might just stay. I'm just gonna have to bring it in a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. And the other thing is we'll make it a cushion cut or a round piece. It's kind of naturally shaping into a cushion cut. But for the purpose of this, before we end up with that one gem that we'll polish and finish, which will be the most valuable in this puzzle, I'm just gonna face it. I'm not gonna shape it too much. I just wanna do the best for you guys to show you the free form of the most colored, the least amount of potch on this beautiful black piece. So there you go. That's what we've got. Okay. Can I get rid of that? Probably not. That will affect the value. Ah, it's a beautiful piece. It's like a forest in there. So this is what we ended up with those 2. This is a beautiful black. This little potch here, it's not coming off. I think that's gonna stay. And I'm just gonna shape it. Let me know, should I make a cushion cut, free form, or little oval? But that's a black and 2 and 1 opal. And that weighs now 1.3 carats. And would that be more valuable than the rest? What do you think? Please comment. And this one, this crystal, unfortunately, has got all the sand. And that is now 3 carats. And you might hear the wind here in my shed. And it's very windy here in Melbourne today. And should I make an inlay out of it? I'm thinking getting rid of all the potch here and just make an inlay piece to make doublets or triplets. See this beautiful crystal? It's a shame that it's got all this sand there.
So I think I will look. I can. Yeah, no, it's sandy. So this will be coming like. If you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments.
So that's it for today for the cutting. And watch out for the part 2 of this video, where we're gonna find out this most valuable gem of this lot. Watch out for the survey. Let me know. Have a guess. What do you think? It's just good fun to guess which one you think is gonna work out to be most valuable, and we can then cut and polish it and finish it off. Will it be this big knobby? Will it be the seam opal? Will it be this crystal? We might use a Dremel. This second part of video will be fun, I hope. And please subscribe to my channel or give me a likes and comments. It all helps. We are growing, and I really want us to get out there to a wider community of opals. It helps everybody, the whole industry, and I'm hoping that I'm giving you enough, knowledge and little tips to help you with your craft. And yeah, so thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.